Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to talk about the first thing that I have students do when they sign up for flight training. So guys, the first thing that I tell students to do, or I just do it for them, is I grab their pilot logbooks and I fill it out for them. And it sounds easy enough, but I'm gonna walk you through this. So usually if I don't do this, students will take their logbook, they'll grab it, they'll go fly with the flight instructor, they'll fly with me, and they'll complete sections of their logbook that'll say aircraft make and model, aircraft identification, from and to, how much flight time it was, right? All the typical stuff. You know, I own a school in Orange County, California. So when we do what we call stage checks and the students come in for logbook reviews or they're going in for a check ride, we'll look at the bottom of the page and we won't see pages added up. So we'll say, hey, you got to add these up. Then we'll take a look at the front and we see a blank page on the front where it says, put your name on there. So I want to talk to you guys how important this is. This is your record of training, your pilot logbook. So everything that you're investing your money into is written down in this logbook. If you lose this logbook, it's going to be very difficult to replicate this stuff. And I'll walk you through, I'll tell you why. Some people say it won't be, some people will say it will be. And I'm going to walk you through my experiences of why it's hard for you to replicate what's in this logbook. So if you go for a lesson with your flight instructor, he's gonna fill this out for you, he's gonna sign it and put his CFI certificate number and expiration date on there. Let's say 6 months goes by and you have to change flight instructors because it's no secret, all these flight instructors are getting hired by the airlines and they're leaving. You get with your new flight instructor, you start flying, and then all of a sudden, a few months later, your car gets broken into. And inside your car was your logbook, your student pilot's license, maybe your headset was in there. Why did I bring this up? Because I had this happen to one of my students at my flight school. They call me up and they say, hey, in a panic, what do I do about my logbook? And I say, well, we have invoices at the school that we can kind of run through. It's going to take a lot of time. We could probably get through that. But the problem isn't really that, it's there were signatures in your logbook from your flight instructor. This is how I learned to fly 20 years ago. I squeezed all this into this. Flight Academy Online makes it easy to understand complicated concepts. From our in-depth explanations to our state-of-the-art 3D graphics, Flight Academy Online is easy to understand from all your devices at any time, from anywhere. Having been a flight instructor for the past 20 years, Flight Academy Online revolutionizes the learning process. Simplify your training and sign up today. Now, the flight instructor isn't here. They're off at the airlines and they'll say, well, can I get their contact info? I'll have to contact the flight instructor and see if that's okay. Arrangements have to be made. It takes a lot of time and effort to replace these logbooks. You can avoid all that by doing what I'm about to tell you. It's real simple. I grab the logbook. I don't wait for students to do it because they never do it. I'm sorry, you guys are lazy. I write their name, and then over here on this side, I'll write reward if found, $100 reward, and I write it in cash. And I write their phone number right under it. Call this number for $100 reward if found. Trust me, $100 to give to somebody to get your logbook back is so worth it compared to the headache and the trouble that you have to go to replace everything in your logbook. Forget about the time you lose. What about the mental well-being of having to go through this experience, not knowing what's going to happen? Just put reward if found, $100 cash, put your phone number in there, no questions asked, and give it to them. It's worth it 100%. The other thing that I do, guys, is I put my IACRA information right here, my username, my password. So you might be asking, what's IACRA? IACRA is the name of the website, the FAA website that we flight instructors have to log into and register you to get your student pilot certificate. You need one of these to solo, and you need one of these to take your private pilot check ride, your practical test. The number one thing that happens is when you log into the site and register, you end up writing that username and password down and you lose it. You never keep it, you never find it again, you lose it, and it's a nightmare trying to get that password back. Trust me, I've been there, done that. So you can avoid that nightmare by writing your username and your password right in here. If you might be asking, well, what if somebody finds my logbook, finds my username and password there? In the event somebody's gonna actually find your logbook is very low. Like you probably won't end up losing your logbook throughout your training. It's extremely rare. If they do find your login password, they don't know what it's for. It just says the username and the password. They don't know what website to go to. They don't know any of this stuff. And the third thing is, let's say somebody did know what website you go to. I don't know how they would do that. They go into the website, they log in. What info is in there that they wouldn't already know by looking you up on the internet? Your address, your social security number should not be used when applying for your license, so that's not on there. Your name, your date of birth. I mean, let's be real, guys. Yes, I get it. You don't want that information out there for anyone just to look up. But if somebody really wanted that information, it's not very hard to get it in today's digital world. Just Google someone's name and all kinds of information comes up on people. So I really don't think of that, putting your username and password as like kind of just giving them the keys to your house or your car and they're gonna rob you. I've never had someone steal personal information that way. So I recommend that you put your IACRA username and password here, big bold letters, put right in here in the front, put $100 cash reward if found. Please call this phone number, no questions asked. That right there, guys, is the tip of the day, and I hope you guys put it to practice. It has saved a lot of my students when they've misplaced their logbooks. All right, guys, thanks for watching the channel. If you found this video useful, please click the like button, subscribe to the channel. It helps out the channel tremendously, and I really appreciate your support. Thank you so much.